What is up, guys? Welcome back to S3M2 Football and welcome to today's football preview video. By the end of this week, we will have our finalists for this year's UEFA Champions League final. So, for today's video, we will be focusing on the first of the two semi-finals that are kicking off this week. So, please join me as I talk just a little bit about the semi-final that is kicking off this week, Tuesday, on the 6th of April at the San Siro in Milan. That sees FC Internazionale host FC Barcelona in their UEFA Champions League semi-final second leg. We start off today's video with the home side here being Inter. The last 5 fixtures for the Nerazzurri have ended in 1 win, 1 draw, and then 3 losses. Inter's last match was thankfully a 1-0 win at home against Hellas Verona in the Serie A. And in their last 5 fixtures, Simone Inzaghi's team have scored 4 goals, but they have conceded 8 goals. The game plan at Inter, as per Inzaghi's instructions, is to play on the counter-attack. Inter like to absorb the pressure and then unleash in numbers on the break. They like to use a 3-5-2 formation to best use a strike duo up front to play with one another and the midfield trio to slice opposition defenses apart. Out wide, the wingbacks work tirelessly to provide width on the attack, but to also provide extra stability for the defensive trio at the back. Speaking of which, that centre-back trio combines physicality and intelligence to be able to maximize stability at all times. 3 players that I have to talk about for Inter. Firstly, French centre-forward Marcus Thuram has 18 goals and 9 assists in 45 appearances this season. Thuram is a typical goal poacher, but he combines his work rate with his lethal finishing ability to be able to hurt the opposition time and time again. In the heart of midfield for Inter, I want to talk about Italian central midfielder Nicolo Barella. In 47 appearances, Barella has 3 goals and 8 assists, and he operates as one of 3 deep line playmakers for Inter. Barella combines aggression with creativity to be able to win the ball back very quickly in those midfield areas and then cycle it forward either to the strike duo or one of those roaming wingbacks. Speaking of the roaming fullbacks, on the right back position for Inter, I want to talk about Dutch right back Denzel Dumfries. In 40 appearances, Denzel Dumfries has 10 goals and 4 assists, and he operates as a typical fullback for Inter. Denzel Dumfries manages to combine his stamina with an incredible disciplinary record. He's the kind of player who knows exactly when he needs to push forward to support the attack and when he needs to track back to help the defense out instead. Okay, on to the away team. Now, for Barcelona, the last 5 fixtures for the Blaugrana have ended in 4 wins and then just 1 draw. Barcelona's last match was a 1-0 win away at Real Valladolid in the Spanish La Liga earlier this weekend. And in their last 5 fixtures, Hansi Flick's team have scored 13 goals and conceded just 9 goals. Speaking of Hansi Flick, his game plan at Barcelona has just been very possession-centric. The idea at Barcelona is to starve the opposition of the ball, hold on to possession at all times, and slowly break the opposition down. To that end, we have seen this team lining up in a 4-3-3 formation when it comes to difficult fixtures. The front trio up front is able to use their pace and close control to just weave through the opposition backlines with relative ease, while all of those playmakers in midfield are just able to either create or find weaknesses in the opposition setup and exploit them constantly. Defensively at Barcelona, it's all about their offside trap that they have used to great effect this season. It allows them to save energy and still hold on to the ball once they've won those free kicks from those offside positions. 3 players that I have to talk about for Barcelona up front. Firstly is going to be Brazilian left winger Rafinha. In 52 appearances, Rafinha has 31 goals and 25 assists. He operates as an inverted winger for Barcelona, And Rafinha has proven to be a player who knows exactly how to combine all of his creativity in those wide positions with his pace to be able to dismantle opposition defenses. In the heart of midfield for Barcelona, I want to talk about Spanish central midfielder Pedri. In 54 appearances, he has 6 goals and 7 assists. And for me, Pedri operates as the conductor in midfield for Barcelona. He is a player who is able to combine his vision with his passing accuracy and range to be able to poke holes in the opposition defense at any given opportunity. At the heart of defense for Barcelona, I want to talk about Spanish centre-back Inigo Martinez. In 43 appearances, Martinez has 3 goals and 6 assists, and he is the defensive rock for Barcelona. Inigo Martinez is able to use his physicality and his experience to just provide a lot of leadership for this Barcelona team from the heart of their defensive line. Okay, on to the head-to-head and the S3M2 verdict. Now, the last 5 fixtures between Barcelona and Inter have ended in 2 wins for Barcelona, 1 win for Inter, and then 2 draws separating the 2 teams. In those last 5 fixtures, in terms of goal output, Barcelona have hit the back of the net 10 times, while Inter have scored 9 goals. I think it's also very interesting to note that the last 2 fixtures between these 2 teams did end in draws, and they both were 3-3 draws. The 3-3 draw at full time in Barcelona last week was a proper display of footballing entertainment from both teams. They both proved that they know how to score goals, they know how to put on a show, and they really know how to play to the crowd. Barca are still very much in the running for a European treble, currently leading the La Liga race and having lifted the Spanish Copa del Rey a few weeks ago. For Inter, they're still 3 points behind Napoli in the Serie A race, and they were obviously knocked out at the semi-final stage of the Coppa Italia. So right now, it is a European trophy for Inter or bust. Both teams have proven to be very worthy finalists, and I was actually very upset that they were drawn against one another in the semi-final stage. But they really proved to be very, very efficient at what they were doing, and both teams have actually proven that they more than deserve to win the trophy at the end of the season. Barcelona are still hopeful for the return of Polish centre-forward Robert Lewandowski, who I think brings so much to this team up front, not just in terms of getting goals, but in terms of building up play with the rest of his teammates. For Inter, they're currently sweating over the fitness of their own number 9, with Lautaro Martinez now sidelined thanks to a hamstring injury as well. I think this actually does provide Simone Inzaghi with an opportunity to surprise Barcelona in the second leg. Barca would have planned to deal with both Marcus Thuram and Lautaro Martinez up front, but I think introducing a centre-forward like Arnautovic instead now gives Barcelona a more physical player to deal with. Perhaps somebody who's not as mobile, but somebody who will be more aggressive when it comes to using the ball in their attacking third. Inter have proven to be very lethal at set pieces, scoring 2 of their 3 goals in the first leg from corners. And I think a player like Arnautovic, with his height and his aggression and physicality in the air, will really be able to take advantage of those set pieces like corners and free kicks. I think for Inter, it will be proper heartbreak for the Nerazzurri if they end the season trophyless. This team has worked so hard, they've put in such good performances, but somehow due to fatigue and injuries, the wheels have just come off for Simone Inzaghi's team. Fatigue levels have really started to rise amongst all of these players, and we see it particularly in the midfielders when it comes to later stages of the game. I think right now this game is going to come down to a moment of brilliance. Somebody's going to cook up something incredibly special that will end up clinching the match for their team. I think when it comes to full time here, I can't see this match being settled in 90 minutes. I think it does end in a draw at the 90-minute mark. I think it'll probably be something like 2-2, and then I think it'll go through to extra time or penalties. And I think that's where we will see somebody just rise to the occasion. Unfortunately, I do think it will be a player from Barcelona who either gets their third goal in injury time, in extra time, or ends up slotting a penalty past Jan Sommer to clinch it for their team. But I think all in all, we can expect a fantastic game of football here. I think for the neutral, this is a real treat. But I do think that Barcelona come out on top here after extra time, and maybe after penalties as well.
Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Um, Thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.